So far, nothing in Donald Trump's criminal trial in Manhattan has really broken his way. As we know, last week we had David Pecker, the former publisher of the National Enquirer with the most unfortunate name in the country, Anyway, Pecker came out and basically laid out the entire plot, how he would work with Michael Cohen and Steve Bannon, who were working with Trump, and they would all bury the stories together, and basically laid out this big grand conspiracy that was really, really bad for Donald Trump. But it wasn't just bad for Donald Trump, the criminal defendant. It was also really, really bad, according to reports, for Donald Trump, the political candidate. Because he didn't tell his advisors what was going to come out at trial. There has pretty much been no communication between Donald Trump, the defendant, and his legal team with Donald Trump, the candidate, and his advisors. And that is creating a whole host of problems for the Trump campaign. Let me read you this. This is from Kristen Holmes on CNN. I'm talking to these Trump senior advisors. A lot of them are learning about this in real time. They have no idea what's going on inside the courtroom. It is exactly as salacious as they thought it was going to be. There was no mistake. We know what is at the heart of this alleged cover-up for an alleged affair with a porn star. But the problem is his campaign is learning these things while we're learning it. Okay? They don't have a leg up. And when you're in politics, if you do not know something is coming, you've already lost. You have to be fully aware of every dirty little secret in your candidate's closet so that you can have talking points ready to go as soon as the media learns it. And in some instances, so that you can be the one to get ahead of it before other people know about it. Essentially, you have to be able to craft the narrative and have it ready the second the story breaks. But because there is no communication, there is no sharing of intelligence between the Trump trial team and the Trump campaign team, the campaign team is just left, oh God, now what? Now we have to scramble. And by the time they do come up with a response, whoever the witness is said that day, it's already all over the media. You already have legal analysts offering their take on it before the campaign can put out a statement, before the campaign can spin it to their advantage. And that's what has been so horrible for Donald Trump's campaign throughout this trial. And it's important to remember that we're only 2 weeks into this, really only 1 week into the actual trial itself. The week before that was just jury selection. This thing is projected to go about 6 weeks. So they've got 4 more weeks of not knowing what the hell is going on, not knowing from one day to the next what horrible information is going to come out that day. They learn about it as we learn about it. And then they have to meet, then they have to strategize, then they have to agree on a strategy, and then they have to put it out. And by then, it's too late. The media has picked it up. The legal experts have already picked it apart. The blogs, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, it's all over the place. You've lost the narrative. That is not going to bode well for Donald Trump's campaign. And that, of course, is already being reflected in a lot of the polling that we have seen come out since this trial began. Trump's people are not being kept in the loop, and they could be. But thankfully, for the political side of it, they're not. And that puts them at a serious disadvantage.